Hey everyone, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria. Welcome to today's video. So today I thought I'd do a Q&A based on some of the comments and questions that have been left on my recent videos. Also, for those of you who don't know, I have a Master's of Science in Human Nutrition. I am a nutritionist, and I'm here to help you build a high-functioning metabolism. I also do a live Q&A on Fridays at 2 p.m. So I'll be doing that tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it will go for probably about 45 minutes tomorrow because I do have a client scheduled for 3 p.m. So it will be kind of like a rapid fire Q&A. Sometimes I go into a little bit more depth with topics, but overall, everything gets answered. Now, I have had quite a few of you asking more personal questions in the comments of my videos. You guys like my dog over there? What are you doing? Okay. Anyways, so some of you have been asking me for advice about personal situations. Now, this is what I do in my coaching group. I have a private Facebook coaching group. It's Q&A based and everything gets answered. So if you want my feedback about a particular situation that you're in, or just advice on how to improve your diet and lifestyle, you'll want to join my coaching group. It is on sale right now it's been on sale for the entire month of February as my Valentine's gift to you guys. And that sale will end the end of February. So March 1st will be, I'll be done. So make sure you join up because it's only $100. Actually, I think I have it listed for $105, just to cover taxes, and PayPal takes a fee. But anyways, it will get you a lifetime membership into my coaching group. So you're there for life, and you get my help, unlimited, basically. So it also allows me to better assist you because generally when there is some kind of inquiry, personal inquiry, I need more context in regards to what is going on. So make sure you take advantage of my coaching group being on sale because, with the cost of everything going up and as my services build in demand, cost ends up going up as well. So take advantage of the price that my services are now if you would like my help. Okay. We are going to start with my video from yesterday. Why does During Rider recommend fruit and sugar? What about thyroid health? Someone says on here, does one have to be a high endurance athlete to get very lean? No. The majority of people in the world are lean and they are not endurance athletes. But most endurance athletes, the top ones in the world, come from this culture naturally because these people are eating high carb, low fat just by default based on food availability. So we're talking about Africa, Asia, and India. Okay, so it's more about what you're eating and then how you're moving your body. But when you put more fuel in, you have more fuel to do life with. So maybe you want to get into exercise, or maybe you just end up being more productive in your life. I find that I'm more productive in all areas. Fitness, as a mom, work, chores, responsibilities, everything's easier taking more carbs. I'm feeling so much better eating like this. Initially gained weight, but now it's dropping. Yes. I met During Rider back in 2018 at a Thai fruit festival. A really nice guy. Yeah, I agree. Harley is genuinely interested in helping people succeed. He wants, more people on bikes, more people going vegan, more people eating high carb, because this all makes a better planet, a better place for people to live. It improves your experience. Like, he genuinely has just been putting out content to help people. I'm in his coaching group, and he's always offered me the most incredible advice. So kudos to Harley. I would like to see if I could bring him on my channel at some point. I have interviewed Get Fit with Natasha, his girlfriend, and maybe I'll see if I can bring her back on too. But the diet protocol that he came up with and proposes, it's completely backed by science, and he continues to build upon the aspects of the lifestyle that are really crucial. Like, lately he's been talking about mitochondrial biogenesis and how it is enhanced when you're eating a high carb, low fat diet, because you can push more watts, which means you're going to create more mitochondria. You're going to increase your insulin sensitivity because you have more mitochondria that are there to take up more sugar. So we're creating more energy, okay? So his goal is to just make you a better version of you, based on the blueprint that you have. And it's all like win-win, food's tasty, you get the aesthetic you desire, and everything's effortless to maintain, and life's better when you're carved up. Okay, thanks for this. I'm going to have to go back and watch again. So much information packed in. That is my goal here, is to educate you guys so that you can make the right decisions for you based on evidence, based on being informed. Anecdotally, Harley's sugar water recommendation changed my husband's life. He's a builder working physically a minimum of 8 hours a day, and he doesn't really care about food and tends to undereat. No matter what I pack, I started dissolving a half a cup of sugar and some lime powder and adding it to his water bottles last summer. He instantly had a more stable mood, better digestion, more energy, etc. He also keeps Swedish fish and Smarties on hand for afternoons now that he sees how much better he does with sugar. Wow, what a what a technique there. I love that you just like snuck it in, Everybody feels better with more sugar in their life. And it is very common. My husband works a construction job as well, a very dangerous construction job. And a lot of the guys use tobacco and other stimulants, hardcore stimulants, if you know what I mean, in order to get through the job, when you could use sugar. It's going to give you a better effect, no crash, benefit your health. And, there's a lot of times where people are working a job where they can't eat, ER doctor, OR doctor. I have them in my family, so that's why I'm, sharing just those as professions as examples, because you're on your feet all day, you're in surgery for hours. My husband's job, he gets stuck, he builds power lines, so he gets stuck, in a bucket, doing the lines for hours before he can eat something. So having that sugar available, benefits everybody. That's what I do all day, is I eat fruit and or sugar, adding the sugar to the fruit. Today I had Sour Patch Kids to start my day. Because I was gonna go do a run. Today I did an interval workout on the treadmill, where I'm focusing on building my speed for my 5K. I want to get it back down to 25 minutes. Right now I'm averaging between like a 27 and a 28 minute 5K, which is down from where I was last year at this time. Pregnancy really did a number on my joint stability, so building that back up, I had to do it really slowly. So, but I'm feeling it now, like I'm gonna start getting my time back down, so I'm really excited about that. But I ate Sour Patch Kids before, because I find if I have too much liquid, if I have anything with fiber, it just gets in the way. So, Sour Patch Kids, they dissolve, and yeah, just give me the energy that I need. Then I followed that up with canned peaches in heavy syrup. And then, I went and got a massage today, which was awesome, because I totally needed to woosah, and then went to my chiropractor, and now I am waiting on my raspberry sorbet to kind of melt a little bit, and I'll eat some dates as well. Fruit hasn't been that good right now, so oh yeah, I still have some watermelon I could eat too. But anybody sit at your desk, eat some Smarties, keep it rolling, keep the energy output, and then like at your job, you're gonna be that much more productive, and then you get a raise and promotion and all that good stuff. Okay. Gosh, so many light bulb moments. Thank you for this. My jaw's dropped. Finally, somebody explains it all. Well, thank you so much. That is my goal. So that is like the highest compliment that I can receive, is that I am telling you guys what's up. Everything's lined out in my coaching program, but if you watch my videos and you take notes, you'll get a lot out of that as well. You get the gist of it. The coaching program is a little bit more involved and intensive in regards to certain topics like hormones and diet and lifestyle principles, food combining, etc. But my goal here is education. That's my way of like giving back and contribution. And I feel, again, if I can educate you about how your body works and what you need to eat in order to be healthy, then it's a win-win for everybody, right? Okay, everybody likes seeing the higher quality from filming on my phone. I'm actually in search of a webcam. So if any of you have suggestions on what to get, I use my computer's at HP. I use Microsoft Windows, technology right now. But if you could leave that in the comments, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm just not very like tech savvy. Everything I'm in a learning curve right now where I have to like learn what's good brands, what's good equipment. Still learning how to like do stuff with the computer. I have a basic, but like nowhere near what kids nowadays know how to do, because I didn't get a computer until I was like in 5th grade. So just a little, and then cell phones weren't a thing until I was 16. So just always learning, right? And carbs make it easy to learn. Okay, hi Victoria. What about wrinkles? I know only older people think about it, but we see even young people having fillings in the face. What do you think about oatmeal? So wrinkles are going to be natural, part of aging, but I think you can decrease wrinkles, their prevalence, and avoid doing cosmetic procedures like filler and Botox, especially at a young age, because nobody knows what the long-term effects of that is, and a lot of people. I've actually watched videos about this by a plastic surgeon who said that getting filler, it can move in your face, and then Botox, it's a toxin. The best thing for your skin, honestly, to stay looking youthful and fresh and relatively low wrinkles, is to eat enough carbs. This lowers cortisol. Sugar contains a 0 in terms of AGEs. That's the other thing. Advanced glycation end products are going to increase aging. Those are going to be found in your high-fat animal-based foods predominantly, but also high-fat plant foods like nuts and seeds. So you'll want to keep those at a minimum or avoid completely, because you don't need to eat them. So if you want to make your diet low in AGEs, so that would be a diet focused on fruits, vegetables, starches, and sugar. Low fat, high carb, sufficient calories. That's the other thing. You don't want to calorie restrict. That's really hard on your body, creates a lot of stress. We want to minimize oxidative stress. We want to minimize inflammation. We want to maintain normal cortisol levels. We want to stay hydrated. A big part of staying hydrated, though, is eating enough carbs so that you can maintain normal water stores in your body via glycogen retention. Also, getting enough sleep, exercising, doing your VO2 max exercise training session once a week where you're pushing it and you're sweating and you're breathing hard, you're taking up more oxygen. The more you can oxygenate your system, the better it is for disease prevention, weight loss, longevity, anti-aging, having a high VO2 max so you can take up more oxygen. Okay, what do I think about oatmeal? I think that I don't really care for oatmeal. My kids like oatmeal. I add it to their pancakes. They often eat it for breakfast. It is a relatively low fat option. It's high carb. It has some protein in it as well. It has some nutrients. Some people don't do well on oats because they are a bit heavy on the gut. I think rice is a better option, but if you're just getting started with this, having oatmeal with fruit for breakfast is a really good option. So it depends on your situation, what diet you're coming from, and what your goals are, and then what your preference for food is too. Question: does staying hydrated, drinking water, help with your oxygen supply for those processes you were talking about because of the oxygen in the water? So yes, water does play a big role in our energy production as well. Basically, if you're dehydrated, everything's going to be slowed down. Okay. Again, it gets into that concept of conservation. If we are not taking in enough carbohydrate calories, our metabolic rate is going to slow down. Well, if we're dehydrated, same thing's going to happen. Okay, our body has to work harder to eliminate waste. It has to work harder to digest food. So you really want to make the foundation of your health based on sleep, water, and sugar, carbs, So I always start my day with like 500 milliliters of water. I always end my day with like 500 milliliters of water. And then this is about a liter size container, and I probably drink about 3 of these a day. I just sip on it or like I chug it depending on what my body wants. So I recommend getting a water bottle. These are pretty cheap on Amazon. You can get them anywhere from like 10 to 20 bucks depending on what you want out of your bottle. Like a basic bottle is just going to be like 10 bucks. You put it on your bike, you take it, I had it on my treadmill today. I take it to the gym with me. Have it while I'm giving a talk because talking is dehydrating. Basically everything is dehydrating unless you're living in like a more humid environment, but even then you're going to be losing water via sweat. So water is a foundational aspect of energy metabolism, so we do want to be providing our system with enough water so that it can work properly. Good question. So how much water should you drink a day? Minimum 2 liters, and go up from there. If you're more active, you're going to need to drink more. Okay, Victoria, are you coming out with an ebook anytime soon? I was just talking about this with my husband actually. I was like, I really need to get an ebook out, and it be like half information and then half recipes. That seems to be like what people do with ebooks. Eventually, I am going to turn my coaching program into a book as well, something that I'm going to look into getting published. But ebook is on the list. It is going to require a lot of work, just like making recipes and taking pictures and doing all that. And I don't have a whole lot of time right now, but as my son gets older, which is happening rapidly, I'm going to have more time to do stuff like that. So thank you for asking. It is on the plan. And I'm still getting over my cold. Okay, what essential nutrients do we get in fruit that we can't get in vegetables? Mostly a lot of vitamins, like B vitamins, vitamin C, potassium. You'll notice if you use Chronometer and you're eating fruits and vegetables every day, the fruits generally have more vitamins, the vegetables generally have more minerals. So you really want to make sure you're eating both. But fruit is a good source of minerals as well. So it all depends on how much you're eating and what you're eating too. Okay, how many grams of fat a day is allowed? I read 30 grams is a maximum. Yeah, so it depends on your goal. Okay, so for insulin sensitivity, just general insulin sensitivity, you're going to want 30 grams max of fat a day. But this is going to be dependent on a lot of factors. So this is where joining my coaching group comes into play, because then you can tell me what your goals are, and we can check for your current like insulin sensitivity via glucose monitor and see where you're sitting at, you know, based on doing like an at-home oral glucose tolerance test. So basically, if you're dealing with insulin resistance right now, you're going to want to have less fat in your diet. If you are trying to lose body fat, you're going to want less fat in your diet. If you're trying to increase your VO2 max, you're going to want less fat in your diet, because dietary fat just impedes our circulation. Okay, so it is going to make it harder for glucose to get into the cells, also for oxygen to be transferred around as well. So that's where it gets into, athletic training. um, Hope that answered the question. It looks like I gotta wrap this up soon. Does adding sugar to fruit negatively affect the teeth? For sugar is pH neutral. I recommend just making sure that you're rinsing with water and then you're brushing twice a day. So brush in the morning, brush at night. What do you think about Dara Dumanet going carnivore after being plant-based for 20 years? She says she did it because her blood sugar was high. She is also posting photos of how much weight she has lost as a carnivore. Sounds like she was insulin resistant and needed to come to me instead. Okay. When and where did you get your master's? When did you find time with kids? Not to be rude. I did my master's degree from 2009 to 2012. So it was like a 2-3 year program. I was working at the time as well, so I was graduated from my undergrad. I was working and doing my master's in human nutrition online through the University of Bridgeport. Did have to go there to take my final. It is an accredited school, very highly respected degree program through the University of Bridgeport. I believe they still offer the program as well. So I did this before I had kids. I had my first child in 2015. Okay. How many grams of fat for weight loss? About 10 grams on average a day. I am aiming for macros 80 10 10, 99, 95 is way too hard for me. I try to keep fat generally below 20 grams. That's a good goal. Lissa from Raw Food Romance, when she lost her weight, was doing 80 10 10, about 20 grams of fat a day, and her calorie intake was about 2,000. I recommend eating unlimited carbs is the best option, doing 95.5 and doing 10 grams of fat a day. You're just going to have more energy to exercise, which is going to make weight loss happen faster. I get cold when I eat too much fruit. Just bundle up, I always have like sweaters around. Take a hot bath. Make sure your fruit is like room temperature. You've dropped some kilograms recently. Yes, about 2. I believe it was just like stress weight. Also, I started eating more sugar, and lowers cortisol, decreases water retention. I eat an ultra low fat starch and fruit based diet with lots of greens and some legumes. My A1C is about 5%. Whenever I start adding sugar ad libitum, 500 grams a day, I start gaining weight at a rate of 5 pounds per month. Maybe I'm genetically predisposed to de novo lipogenesis, but all I know is sugar makes me fat and pretty fast too. Just an FYI. I'd be curious to know what your current calorie intake is, as well as other specifics. So join my coaching group. Let's see here. For a very large amount of money, could you eat only melons and nothing else for 6 months? Are you supplying the melons? I'd give it a try. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, last question. Can you address digestion? I'm experimenting with carbs and monomeals to see how I react by not combining for better feedback. Rice didn't feel good alone, so I will try potatoes next. You know, this is another one for my coaching group. Generally, mono meals, you have to eat a big volume of them. I have done rice as a mono meal, digested just fine. So, might be the quantities. Also, make sure you're food combining properly. Also, um, curious like if you're doing any fitness increases digestive strength and just makes everything work better. So, yeah. Join my group. Okay, link for joining my coaching group is in the description of this video. I'm going to wrap it up here before I run out of storage space. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my live Q&A. All right, bye. Oh, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already as well. Okay, take it easy. Bye.